Chairman, appreciate this hearing and this markup. To help small businesses succeed, we must make every effort to get direct input and feedback from business owners about what's working and what's not. And that's why I meet often with business owners in my district, as others I'm sure do. And that's why I support the provision of this bill that requires a plan for outreach to gather input on existing rules from small businesses. Government should not act in isolation or in a vacuum. It must get input from the people that it affects. But hearing directly from small businesses, we can better ensure that our laws also support their growth and success. And it is especially important that we seek input on how we can better support the growing number of small businesses that are owned by women, veterans, and minorities who often face different challenges starting and growing a business. My amendment will ensure that agencies are supporting these small businesses by requiring their outreach plan to include input on existing agency rules from women, from veterans, and minority-owned businesses. I know from my own conversations with local leadership at the National Association of Women-Owned Business and the Tucson Hispanic Chamber of Commerce have helped me better understand how government can help small businesses, and that's a lesson that Federal agencies would do well to learn. This is a simple step that we can take to include the unique perspective of women, of veterans, and minority-owned business owners, and I encourage my colleagues to support this amendment. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Does any other member wish to be heard on the amendment? And with that, I think what you're trying to do, Mr. Barber, is a good thing. I think anytime we can get input from small businesses in this process, it's going to do nothing but make sure these agencies are trying to review the existing rules that are affecting them. So I support it. With that, the question is on the amendment offered by Mr. Barber, his amendment number 1. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no. It's opinion of the chairs that the ayes have it. The ayes do have it. With that, Mr. Barber, you have your second amendment.
Thank you again, Mr. Chairman. Again, I'm really pleased that we're marking up this bill, which I believe in the end will make government work better for small businesses. My wife and I owned a small business for 22 years, and I know from personal experience that starting a small business is not easy and that the challenges don't stop once you open your doors. We must do more to help new small businesses get started, create jobs, and grow. And so I think it's important that the Federal Government look at the economic impact that rules and regulations have not only on existing businesses, but on the prospective small business owner. This weekend, in one of the cities I represent of Tucson, we held a startup weekend to promote resources available to new companies. And I commend the not-for-profit organization starting this event, or sponsoring this event. It's called Startup Tucson. We need to do everything we can to support these new businesses. But government should be similarly encouraging growth, not inhibiting it. And that's why I've offered this amendment that will require agencies to assess the impact of proposed rules on startup costs for small businesses. And this will help ensure that we create the very best environment to encourage and support small businesses who are local job creators. And I encourage my colleagues to support this amendment, which will help these small and new companies get going. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Does anyone else wish to be heard on the amendment? Seeing none, I think the gentleman has a good amendment. Startup costs are one of, and we've heard that in this committee room many times. Startup costs are very, very tough, and I think anytime those can be included in this analysis, I think that's a good thing. So I do support the amendment. With that, the question is on the amendment offered by Mr. Barber. His second amendment, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. It's the opinion of the chairs that the ayes have it. The ayes do have it.